Hello everybody, my name is Ray Dunbar and I'm a photographer here in the Charlotte, North Carolina area, and I've discovered something very important. Yesterday in my Canon 6D I had this error show up on the back that said no card in camera. Well, there was a card in the camera and it shows up saying no card in camera. And it wouldn't work. Nothing would work because it was acting like there was no memory card in the camera. So I went online and I looked for some answers. I saw some YouTube videos. I saw one video where the man took the whole camera apart with a little screwdriver, took every bit of it apart, and he found a very small, almost microscopic black piece of plastic from a broken memory card. Well, he took that little thing out and he cleaned it up and he fixed his camera. But there's all kinds of other threads in different forums, different camera forums, that really don't give the solution. They really don't give the answer. There's so many that have the wrong solution, the wrong answer. Some of them would say blow some air in there with a high pressure blow air can, and actually that might work if it blows that little piece of broken plastic out of the way. That could actually work. But I found the answer, at least for my camera, and here's what it is. My daughter's helping me with the video. She's going to hand the camera over to me now. I'm opening the door, the camera door. Okay, so what we have here, thank you, is the camera with the door open. Here's the memory cards, and actually I did find a very small piece of broken card in the camera. Look at that. That tiny little piece of black plastic, that was the culprit. And people are sending these to Canon and paying $500, $550 or $650 for Canon to fix it. And all they're probably doing is getting that little piece of black plastic out of there. And so look how small it is, and I believe it's just part of one of these memory card pieces of plastic right here. It must have broken off, and I bought this camera used 2 weeks ago, but it's not even a year old, so I believe it's still on warranty. But this black piece of plastic may have broken off from one of the cards that the previous owner had, or it may have broken off from my card. But when it gets fixed into a certain spot in the camera, it still lets the memory card go in and you can shut the door and everything. It appears to be fine, but then it won't work. And it shows the error on the back of the camera screen that says no card in camera. So what you do is you tilt the camera, you lay the camera down, you tilt it up, and get a flashlight, okay? Get a flashlight and look down in there. Now this is very hard, and I don't really expect that the camera's going to see that. But that's what I had to do. I had to look way down in there. And you can see how hard it is to see anything in there. Well, I saw a tiny piece of plastic, or a piece that looked like it might be a piece of plastic, looked like it didn't belong there, and I'll tell you what, I barely saw it. So it's not going to be easy to see, but if you know what you're looking for, maybe you can see it. So then I made these tools here. This one is made from a paper clip. I straightened out a paper clip, put some Scotch tape on the end. I actually had to file the tip of it here so that it's not in focus, but so that it would be sharper than the round blunt edge of a paper clip. Here's a Q-tip, a cut-off Q-tip with a needle stuck in it, and that's so you can reach down in there. You know, you have to reach down in there with these tools. Once you see the little piece of plastic, if you see it, you go down inside there with the paper clip or the needle or whatever. You go down in there and you sort of break it loose, and then I tipped the camera upside down and it fell out. I had to try it a couple times, but that's what I did. And I didn't have to take the entire camera apart like the guy did on YouTube. For him it happened with a 550D, which is the Rebel T2i, but it's the same thing. And he found it, the piece of plastic he found was about half as big as this piece of plastic. It was very small. Well, that's the culprit. And it won't let the card go completely. Like I said, the card did go in, and I closed the door. Everything seemed normal. But it wouldn't work. It kept showing the no camera in card error. So again, if you go way down in there, not sure again if I can, that's why you need a flashlight. You need a flashlight. You got to go down in there, and then you've got the little prongs that that are the metal connectors. You've got to be careful you don't bend those prongs. You know, you have to be very, very careful if you're even going to try this, because there are the little prongs in there that you don't want to bend. So, but I was very gentle, very careful, and I got in there. I can't really hold the light and the camera and everything is hard to see down in there. But even when you're just looking with your eyeball and not the camera, it's very hard to see that little piece of plastic. So, but at least you know what you can be looking for if you have that problem. And especially if your camera is off warranty, I mean, you can still try to contact Canon, and they might even fix it even if it's off of warranty. But I wouldn't pay $650 like some people have to fix that. I mean, what are you going to do? I just spent $900 on the camera. It's a used camera, but it's not even a year old. But another thing is, one card was working. I just bought this card the other day at Walgreens, and it was working. It was the only card that worked. I put 5 other cards in, and they wouldn't work. The SanDisk card. And so online I see all of these different possible solutions. They say, well, maybe your card lock is set. Maybe it's the software in the camera. Maybe it's, here we go. My daughter's going to hold the camera again. And so there are a lot of different reasons, or almost, you know, they were wishfully hoping that it was something else. And so some of them said blow air in there, and that might work because it might blow that little piece of plastic out of the way. It was sort of pinned in there a little bit, and I had to pry it out, and then I shook it like this. You know, I shook it like that, and it came out. And so, you know, I discovered it, I wedged it loose, and I shook it out. And that's all I did. And I was starting to get very frustrated and upset that I thought I might have wasted $900 and it would take $650 to fix it. But it's fixed, it works great, every card works now. And like I said, even when it was broken, this one card would work. I have 5 other cards, none of them would work. And these are brand new cards. But this one card would work. But then, so you put the card in. It comes right up, and it works. Oh, how happy I am. It works. I'm very happy. Very, very happy. So that's what I found to be the problem and the solution to the no card in camera message. Thank you. Bye.